Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I'm coming with a short video. Today's April 22nd. How you guys feeling today? I hope y'all alright. I want to come on here and do a video. Let me start with my intro. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hopefully you guys can hear me well. This is my man, shout out.
Athlete. Traction in the field. Yeah.
He owns the right to his music.
Grand Rising.
Grand Rising.
Rewire any mindset. Listen. Mind on my money, plus I mind my business. Yeah. So I stay out the mix, keep my circle tight. Just a shadow in the alley, stepping through the night. Ghost guarding everything I built until the time is right. Hold it down. They wanted war, so I showed up for peace. Cut from a cloth that won't fold, not a crease. Never fall. Ain't no love, just lessons in the streets. The streets. They're running shit. Athlete. Traction in the field, I never needed cleats. All bets off, I can't let them put me on the sheet. Never that. So I move in silence, hand on my piece. Wide awoke, why they choose sleep. Wake up. Beware savages in the belly of the beast. Exhaling clouds of the finest marijuana from my lungs. Locked inside this dark room, opening the blinds up
This
to
is
the
Neptune
sun.
right here, man.
But my pride won't let the light mess up the exposure. Of undeveloped photos from the past before it's over. The past. Paying homage to the broken promises and missed birthday wishes. Cheers to the special moments swallowed by the business. When you sin one day, you want atonement. Avoid a life sentence. I keep the vision potent, cause you always gotta watch out for your next opponent. Watch. If it ain't your own kind, man, then it's the police. Hands up, freeze, it wasn't me. They wanted war, so I showed up for peace. Cut from a cloth that won't fold, not a crease. Never fall. Ain't no love, just lessons in the streets.
Lessons.
They're running shit. Athlete. Traction in the field, I never needed cleats. All bets off, I can't let them put me under sheet. Never that. So I move in silence, hand on my piece. Wide awoke while they choose sleep. Wake up. Beware savages.
In the belly of the beast.
Yeah, they sleeping on me like the.
Damn, he got it, man. Shout out, got it, man. Shout out to my man. That's some talent right there. He got a lot of new music coming out. And I'm just happy I have a chance to put it on. You know, I'd be missing, he have like listening parties. Shout out to Nas, because they be doing listening parties. But I be asleep. I'm getting old. So today I want to come on here and do a short video. But I wasn't going to miss a chance to, add that in my intro. So today, daily reflections. We talk about, in my morning group, we were talking about the daily reflections. You know, we talk about it, the new soil, new roots. And I actually shared today because it's like the moments of perception. So as you could look at, I looked at the new soil as just, when you change your way of thinking, it could be the same soil, but once you change your mindset, it's just how you perceive certain things, So if you just change your mindset and you have some faith, it could be the same soil, but now it's being used to, it's really going to be fertile soil. It's the same principles as you see the studies people do with the flowers and plants. When you nurture the plants and you talk to the plants, sometimes from the study, the plants would grow. And the negative energy, and you don't water the plants, and it's just the negative energy, the plant won't grow. So I took that. I went with that. I was just like, wow, just the mindset. So last night, I do a gambling group on Tuesdays. I hope some of my friends in the future would join me on this journey that I'm on with the gambling, because I'm like, I don't even know how many people post their losses, but I actually post my losses sometimes because that's just the reality of it, shout out to Cecil. Like me and him, we were winning on that lottery. I mean, we post the winnings and shit like that. He would post when I won too, but we lost too. Way more than we won. And I just decided that chapter's over with, man. OTC, over the chaos, man. Just that way of thinking. And so it's a journey for me. But in my group last night, my counselor, this guy, he's rough, man. He's pretty rough for me. But basically, he was saying that, I was saying how in the meetings, I don't like to say how many days, I'm clean. And it's like really, it's an accomplishment. But me, I see it as it's just something that, I have to do more days. I need 100 days before I'm willing to even, be like acknowledged and stuff like that. And he was telling me that that's basically my ego. And I'm like, my ego? What do you mean that's my ego? So we kind of got into a little bit, but that goes to today when the daily reflection, it was saying your moments of perception, he's looking at it as, I don't want to say my days because they're not enough. I want more days. And I'm looking at it as, I wasn't, it goes to the root. That's why it's saying the root, new roots. Being raised up, I wasn't really, I wasn't like praised for doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? It was just expected. And over the years, you would have a tendency to just do the right thing and just, not search for praise or get praise for it. So I'm comfortable. I was comfortable not being praised. Peace, RL. I was comfortable not being praised for doing the right thing. And not really, I'm not used to being praised. So it's not that so he was saying it's my ego why I don't want to speak up about my short amount of time compared to everybody else's time. But I get it. Everybody needs to hear it. It motivates people and it keeps people inspired to do the right thing. So today, 2 people were celebrating 40 years of sobriety. 40 years. Damn, that's a long time. That's a long time with a clear mind, So I thought that was dope, but it's just how you look at things. This guy was like, my counselor, he's aggressive, man. But I don't have the urge to gamble. I know the difference, even $1 and I'm still not doing it. And this has been the longest I've been without gambling. Period. Ever. In my whole life. So you gotta, I know some people be like, they go to jail and shit like that, or they're in places where they can't do certain things like drink and stuff like that. But you could gamble while you're in jail. So they might not see it as being a big deal. But for me to never, to be away, never go to jail or anything or be locked up. So that's just like, time goes on. I was out here every day. We would drink every weekend. And then we drink during the week and all this. So that's big. But I never, I only really got acknowledged for when I did something wrong. That's like and I did behavior. I was like a behavior tech. So I know like the positive reinforcement, what am I looking for? With the clients, it would work out well when you would positively reinforce them. And then you would ignore the negative behavior in most cases, some cases. I mean, because, there's not the parent, but the parent's not going to ignore but as staff, we would kind of ignore that or ignore them threatening and shit like that, but only reward the positive. So I wasn't raised like that. I would only get acknowledged when I got in trouble or just silent. Or it was silence when I did the right thing. So for me being praised for doing the right thing now, it's just like I'm not used to it. It's not that I don't appreciate it. I do appreciate it. And he made it seem like, or not made it seem, he just related it to your ego. And I'm like, damn. We had 2 different perceptions. And that's how when I looked at the soil differently today, I said it could be the same soil. but you're perceiving it different. You know, you're looking at it from a faith perspective, and then that could just change the soil. You know, and that was a study that was done on that, on the plants. And the plants, when you play certain music and all that stuff, the plant would actually grow. I thought that was like real interesting. You know, so yeah, I feel good today. My meeting last night was a little rough. And the guy, he just, you know, I guess you have to be uncomfortable constantly to make sure that you're being tested. And he don't feel that, I guess he doesn't feel that I'm being tested enough. You know, but as far as just focus on the things you can change, that's just another perspective and just facing your fears. A lot of us are going to go through this. A lot of us are going through this in our head. Condolences to everybody dealing with a loss right now. And now is not the best time for me to try to speak to you guys. But I'll let you know that no matter what you're doing, that's hurting yourself to try to cope is not the way. Eventually, once it wears off, you're still going to be going through the same thing. So eventually, the clarity and looking at things from a sober lens helps. Because when my mom died, that day of her funeral, I didn't even have a drink. I was sober that day. But I also was isolated. I wasn't around nobody. Nobody came to find me either. So that was my reality. I knew that was going to happen in real life after. That day, on 4/30, whatever it was. What was it, May? The funeral. But I kind of knew from that day that was my reality. You're going to have to do this by yourself, Mr. Bowers. And eventually you'll come to terms and you'll wake up. You know what I'm saying? So every day is growth. And just looking at life one day at a time, you know. Today I'm back in court. Monday I was in court. I'm back in court on Wednesday. But it's things I have to do to keep my sanity and keep me on the right path. Things I could change, I'm going to change, right? That's all we could do, man. Don't complain about the things that you can change. Because after a while, nobody wants to hear it. And I damn sure don't want to make excuses for myself. And put myself in the best position to win. You know, a lot of times with these sports now, it's even becoming more difficult because they got the bets. You know, that's constantly every commercial. I block these ads and then it's a whole different one. Like, I don't want to see that shit all day. If you got Prime Video, you know what I'm talking about. You got these different things, the apps where YouTube, same thing. You're watching these videos and it's constantly promoting gambling. I know that $1 bet is going to put me down a path where I don't want to. Here we go again, man. Yeah, yo, shout out to both our Mom Dukes, man. They resting peacefully, man. You know, but yeah, I used to hate that, Rodney, but when my mom would definitely call Rodney to come eat some of these chitlins. You a savage. You a savage, bro. You know, I don't think I'm going to ever forgive you for that stuff. But it was a time. It was a time I ate chitlins. So look, all right, so I got my package in, right, last night. I've been waiting for this shit because I see how that weather keeps changing. That Kaleido Silver, you do the research for yourself. If you got like pink eye or something, you can put some drops in your eye. It'll help your pink eye, ear infection, all types of stuff. Now with the Kaleido Silver, I ordered this weeks ago. When I'm telling you, when I got the package yesterday, I had no idea what was in the box. I had no idea what it was. I totally forgot. But I think I did a live video and I was like I was going to order some and I ended up ordering it that day. But that was a while ago. I don't know where this one came from. But it's still a good ass deal. Now these, I got like, maybe if I paid, just think about it. Maybe if I paid $30 for both of these at, this is 30 ppms parts per million. So even if I paid roughly around $30 for two 16-ounce, 32 ounces a quart, if you go to that vitamin shop, they have a popular brand, it's a silver, Botanical, whatever it is. That one, for an 8 ounce, you're going to pay like $30-something just for an 8 ounce. And you got a quart for like 20-something bucks. You know, I'm not going to promote the brand, but it's Silverguard. I'm pretty sure I had this before. It was in my inventory or something, so I went back and just ordered it again. But we need to start taking stuff like that, man, just to keep your body from getting attacked, because the weather keeps changing. You don't know. One day it's nice as hell. I was going to the beach on Friday, and then by the time I came outside, I couldn't even go to the beach because it was cold as hell. The temperature dropped like 20 degrees within an hour. So Kaleido Silver is very good for you. This is my, my morning. This is my morning tea. My Shilajit, the Black Maca. My shoulder's still kind of, my shoulder feels actually good today. I'm back taking my Black Maca, you see? It's a difference. I feel the difference. The maca's in here, moringa. I don't think I put no honey in here, and I didn't take my black seed oil yet either, but like I keep stuff here and I keep stuff at my job. I have a supply of both. So just in case I forget it, there's no excuse why I can't just take it at work, you know? Yeah, so I wanted to come on here and do a short video and just talk about the seeds in the soil. You know, because it's never too late to change your mindset. It's just the, you talk about the grounding when you're planting your feet and just feeling the earth, man. I enjoy it. I take my walks every day. I actually walked in the rain this morning, but it wasn't raining. It was drizzling. And my girl like, why are you walking in the rain? Because the rain's going to stop me from my morning routine. What's going to stop you from doing what you're supposed to be doing during the day? Walking's a part of my therapy. I didn't even call nobody this morning. I just listened to videos. Shout out to my man Tarikio, man. You know, we usually talk in the first thing in the morning, and then I speak to Devon. This is all before. This is like 6 o'clock every morning. You know, before I start my day, we kind of, have a little reflection, what's going on. And but yeah, that gambling group. But the only thing with that is it's on the same day as the grievance group. That Project Hill, I know I had posted about it last week. So next Tuesday they have another meeting. There's so many deaths in the last couple of weeks. You know, you could just come down and surround yourself with people that's going through the same thing that you're going through. It's a group therapy session, like my meeting in the morning. It's we say a prayer and it would just feel good starting your day out, even though the Project Hill, that group is at 6 p.m., 6 to 7 is an hour. But you get a chance to be around people that's going through the same thing. That's always a bonus and plus, So even with me trying to find the right connections, the right circles, the new roots, the new relationships. Not saying that you still can't be friends with the other people, but we got to grow, man. We got to do something different, You can stick around, do what you want. I'm not judging anyone. But at the end of the day, your sobriety is going to be your top priority. So I have to surround myself by people that's not drinking and doing things. And majority of my friends gamble. Everybody gambles. I'm retired from that shit, man. So just imagine how much I'm going to be able to enjoy now that I'm not sitting at a poker table for 3 days. 72 hours. I've done that without sleep. Just imagine how your brain is wired where you could stay up for days. Just playing poker, messing with, just trading back and forth money. Money. So I guess I get to appreciate things more in the future. I'm just starting out, Today's day 63. I'm happy I'm happy just to have a different perspective and finally realize that everything is fear-based. What was I doing this whole time? I was afraid. I was afraid. So now I'm about to go to work. I just wanted to come on here with that short video because that new soil, the new roots, man, you just got to replant yourself. It's all a mind thing, especially with that, like gambling, just drinking and all that shit. I just know whatever I have, I have. If I don't have it right now, I'll get it later. I'm not going to cry about it. I don't care how much the Mega Million is. I'm not going to spend $1 because I have everything I need. And what I don't have, I'm working on it, you know, and it won't change overnight. It wasn't in the cards for me. I would have won already, you know. So with that, that's just encouraging for me because I've been gambling since I was like 7 to 8 years old. We was over there by Hodges' house, shooting craps on the corner. And then we went on to do bigger things with that gambling shit. And these little addictions that we have, and now we just being exploited, man. From all aspects. All these people who telling you to gamble, all these celebrities, all these stupid ass comedians. And you know, they probably don't even play like that. That's what's so funny about it. You know, a lot of these people, man, they probably don't even gamble. But they're getting paid to have you gamble. Because it's unrealistic to think that all these people that go on these commercials and do these commercials about gambling, that they're all winning. That they all win at gambling. So you would have to be a celebrity to win, right? And then you see the guy, the coach, got caught up in that scandal with the damn poker thing. I can't even imagine. Sometimes I used to feel like I was being cheated at the poker table. But damn, to read the cards and all that, so people were really getting cracked. Just imagine that little ring, that mafia ring. You know, you just got to work for it, man, and just put the faith in that everything's going to be all right. I mean, that's just a different way of looking at it. You know, that's the new roots being planted. But you got to plant it in your head first, you know, because everything is fear-based. They scare you into taking a shot, you know. They scare you into thinking that they raised the gas prices. Now you're going to spend some more money on the lottery. They're going to make it every year. My last thing, and every year when they would say that they were going to protest the Black Friday thing, right? Every single year, right? You go look it up. Every single year the lottery hit like $1 billion around that time. So you might not be giving your money to the stores, but you're damn sure giving it to the states. Your money's still going out. It's just going to a different place. And at the end of the day, they're still getting the money, you know. Instead of just holding it and keeping it, we're still giving it to another direction. It's going somewhere. Not like the other communities that it gets siphoned in the community back and forth before it goes anywhere. You know, I don't, you know, I'm not going to make it about a racial thing. But it's some truth behind that. We just want to always give our money away anyway, you know. That being said, I want y'all to have a good day. I wanted to come on here and do a short video. I didn't do one yesterday. The time didn't add up. I made a couple good calls, and I felt like my energy was needed somewhere else instead of on the computer. But thank you for the words of encouragement to those who watch my videos. Thank you for watching, and thank you for all your kind words. And last but not least, stay protected. Peace.